How's it going? Welcome to Hump Day. Welcome to Wednesday. I just want to come on here for a minute and just chat. Just talk for a minute. I'm going to talk about a movie because that's kind of what we do. And I want to talk about the reasons for why I want to talk about that movie. But ultimately, I just want to talk because this is kind of like an old friend, right? You just push the red button. It comes up. Sometimes you get something really great out of it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes life gives you the perfect day, and sometimes your day can just kind of suck. And that's kind of the day that I had today. Now, sometimes that's out of your control. I'm usually a pretty positive, upbeat dude, but today I think I hit my limit. It's nothing you guys did. You guys are fine. I'm not mad at you. You guys are doing great. Super proud, actually. You look great. Everything's fine. I work for the state of Oregon, and that requires kind of a high level of annoying, just overwhelming amount of paperwork and trying to keep everything. Anyway, today was one of those days where all I did was crunch numbers, do math, solve problems, and I love math. That's always been something I really enjoy, but there are days where I don't want to do it for 7 hours straight and then try to also like rescue the world and come home and right. The rat race some days is just too much. And some days there's things that like I have aspirations and things that I want to do, and work and your life can just take you right the fuck out of it. And that's kind of where I'm at today. So just kind of wanted to bare my soul with you for just a minute, just kind of chat and let you know that, man, I have had a day. It was just a day where everything went wrong. As soon as I woke up, it's just constantly, the whole day sucked. Sometimes you can't really get into the stuff that you really want to get to because people just beat you over the head with stuff, and you're like, all right, well, I'm tapping out today. I'm going to go with a timeless, true classic is what I meant to say. I'm not going to edit this video much. I'm just going to chat. Just kind of bare my soul, if you will, and go with something that I think is just an old friend, always hits you the right way, always goes down smooth. You get what you came for, right? It created a genre, created the cam slasher. I just fucking love Friday the 13th. I love this box set. I love Sean Cunningham. I love everything Sean's done. I love the house films. I'm a big fan of him. But sometimes when, you don't have the brain space to get out there and watch something intense or try to like break down something that you've been wanting to do, and you get kind of frustrated, you just have to say, you know what, fuck it, man. Fuck it today. I'm just going to go with a tried and true, just fastball right down the middle, something I can just not have to pay attention to, that's going to just get me through the day and get me on to tomorrow. And that's what we're talking about tonight with 1980's seminal classic. Camp slasher was created because of this film. Friday the 13th, one of my favorite films of all time. And to be honest, this was the first film that I seen in this whole series, and I was a little bit confused. I watched this on Joe Bob Briggs' Monster Vision on TNT, probably when I was, I don't know, 8 or 9, something like that, 10 maybe. And I was so confused because it was a marathon, and I knew the catch, killer, right? I knew all of that stuff because it was just Tiny Toon Adventures. There was all these like cartoons, and it was just really pop culture back then to have all these horror characters. I don't know if I was going to like a Spirit Halloween back then, but you've seen Jason and Freddy everywhere. So for whatever reason, Friday the 13th, I thought that I was going to get Jason Voorhees. I was going to get his whole story. I was going to get the hockey mask. I was going to get this crazy, brutal, stalking, always coming after you. Can't get rid of him. Friday the 13th Jason movie, but instead we got Betsy Palmer. We get something completely different, a complete change of pace. My brain's a little bit baked today. It's just a little cooked. Spoiler, in case you were not aware, Jason Voorhees does not have a lot to do with 1980s Friday the 13th. In fact, it has to do more with Pamela Voorhees, his mom, who unfortunately lost her son in a tragic drowning accident at Camp Crystal Lake, where he sunk to the bottom while she was cooking, and some camp counselors, those good for nothing dadgum lazy SOBs were probably smoking the devil's lettuce and having premarital relations while her son was drowning. Nobody was watching Jason. So she comes back on Friday the 13th on his birthday, his death day, if you will, and haunts the camp, stalks everyone, murders them with just reckless abandon, man, and it is freaking awesome. So Friday the 13th, we've got a new group of counselors that are coming up to Crystal Lake to fix it up and kind of prepare for the campers, and we get this crazy background, we get this crazy backdrop, this crazy scenery out there in the middle of, is it New Jersey or New York? I don't know, man, but it is so damn beautiful to look at, and it just totally paints a picture with its scenery and how just gorgeous that lake is. And there's just this foreboding atmosphere in the daytime. It does not matter. It is just, it's perfect, man. The film opens up with this great kind of, flashback to when, Betsy goes crazy, Pamela Voorhees, and kills all these counselors, and they're just kind of, there's these people making out, and she, oh dude, it's so awesome. She's stalking them across the room in this cabin, and what ultimately happens is we kind of catch up with this hitchhiker who's trying to get to Camp Crystal Lake and start setting up, and she runs into town, and she's greeted by locals who were kind of warning her about this death curse on Camp Crystal Lake. I don't know why I'm explaining it to you like you've never seen it, but it's just kind of fun to kind of talk about. She meets the harbinger of doom, right? Crazy Ralph, who says, do not go up there. It's a curse. It's a death curse. Camp Blood. Stay out of there. And of course, she doesn't listen. She hitches a ride. The guy kind of starts going through the murders and the curse. It's just, I have goosebumps on my legs right now. I'm wearing some House by the Cemetery shorts and my goosebumps. When I watch this film, I just want to live there. It's such a big part of my personality when I watch this. Like, I grew up in Battleground, and it has Battleground Lake, and all of my friends would constantly tell these rumors about people that drown in Battleground Lake and the spirits of these young kids. And I thought all that stuff was totally true. And really all that was happening was they were telling me the stories and the legend of Jason Voorhees. So when I finally seen Friday the 13th, I was like, that's Battleground Lake State Park. There's a Jason in the water. Like, it's just kids being kids, man. So when I think about that, it's a core memory, and it just makes me happy. So taking the trip from Crazy Ralph, as she gets there, right, you're introduced to all these different camp counselors. There's kind of like some hijinks, some cheesiness that happens. There's a lot of, premarital relations, right? People start getting picked off one by one, and it does not show you the killer. It just shows this kind of stalking shot. All of a sudden the rain comes, and you just get this vibe that something really, really bad is going to happen tonight. And I just fucking love it, dude. I love Friday the 13th. I love everything about this film. I think it is a 10. I think it is perfect. And I think that you do not need The Mask to be a Friday the 13th film. And initially I was just so confused. I didn't know. I was like, oh, that's why I'm a Freddy Kreuger fan. I'm a Nightmare person, because I was just so confused. I was like, this is about his mom? I didn't see the twist coming, right? It was just so different, man. And I probably watched this in like 93, 90, I don't know, 94. And so it was relatively old. Friday the 13th, man, it just completely changed the game. I don't know how many times I can say that, but the music is perfect. Harry Manfredi, is that how you say it? It's perfect, dude. It's perfect. The tracking shots, the establishment when they're showing the campground, the scenery when they're in the lake, like when that chick is setting up the archery set, and the picture is it still on the back of this one? Where it almost hits her in the stomach. That is so iconic. I rented this movie so many damn times, and I love it so much. And I will hear nothing negative about it. I don't care who you are. Friday the 13th, dude, all time 10. I love them all. I love the series. I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th, but For me, it doesn't get better than the first one. My favorite one is probably actually Friday the 13th Part 3. I got a video probably like 4 or 5 months ago talking about it. But the very first Friday the 13th, man, it just sets the tone, sets the table for you to come in and just be completely overwhelmed with the crazy plot twists, female empowerment, right? Betsy Palmer is such a badass in that sweater, that Cosby sweater, with the knife, with the axe, with the bow. It does not matter, dude. The machete. Fucking bow down. Fucking Pamela Voorhees is a goddamn revelation. I love her so much. And I love Crazy Ralph. I love every character in this movie. They're like my best friends, man. When I don't know what to do, if I'm having a bad day, I put this on. Now, I watched this, I think I watched this on Sunday night, and tonight I'm going to put on probably part 2, and I'm just going to go on a little mini tear. I do that with series where actually last night I watched The Burning because I've just been in changing the seasons, you know, like the sun's out. I'm just like, oh dude, camp slasher time. So I'm gonna can't recommend Friday the 13th. I'm talking for 7 minutes about it. Before we get out of here, guys, take good care of yourselves, right? Exercise, try to eat well if you can, get enough sleep. I mean, don't worry about me. Put your Care Bear feelings away. I'm gonna be fine. What I want to talk about, though, is taking care of yourself and take care of how amazingly awesome this poster is. This is one of the best posters of the 1980s. This poster says so damn much. It says so much, dude. It's incredible. You got the silhouettes, so you can't tell who the killer is. You've got the scenery, you got the full moon, you know it's Friday the 13th, it's a cursed day, it's bad luck, it's superstitious. Stay the hell out of these woods. Stay away from Camp Blood, as Crazy Ralph would say. Then you've got the knife with the blood drip. You've got this little like shimmer to it right up here where it's like it's going to make connection. You can see how sharp that machete is. And then you've got the campers here just kind of like the counselors just a little bit worried, a little bit nervous. And then, of course, the iconic lettering. It's just perfect. It's one of the best damn posters of all time. And I think this box set from Scream Factory, I mean, everybody knows it's a fucking 10 out of 10, but it doesn't get better when you're having a bad day than putting on your favorite Friday the 13th film. It just really doesn't. Over to the side of me, I don't know if you can see it. I'm kind of zoomed in. Maybe I can zoom out a little bit. No, I can't. But I've got the Scream Factory, you know, the posters that came with this box set where it's got Jason coming out of the water with that, right, that little hacksaw Jim Duggan throat slash pulling her out over the canoe. Incredible scene, dude. It's got the lake, it's got the backdrop on there. I love that poster. I framed it, I put it up there. You got Betsy Palmer up. Oh my God, it's so good. Dude, that ending scared me so bad when I was a little kid. You know, you would go to the lake with your friends and you'd go swimming and you start to think about, is Jason under the water? Am I safe in this canoe? Is he going to come up? And then, fun facts, man, on YouTube, if you type in, I think is it in Minnesota? Where there's that dude put that statue of Jason from like Jason Part 7, the New Blood, and he's down there, he's got the chains around him, and he's buried at the bottom of the fucking lake for the scuba divers to go check out. Look for that video, dude. So awesome. Horrifying. Absolute nightmare fuel. So get out there, rewatch Friday the 13th, give it another shot. I think for me, for my money, Part 1, dude. Part 1 is so good. It's an old friend. I've been yakking at you guys for 10 and a half minutes. Take care of yourselves. Love you. Cheers.